digital transformation will have a profound impact on the retail and fashion industries. For CBS in New York, I'm Dan Patterson with Kathy Ireland, as well as her colleagues Stephen Roseberry, Selena Hunter, and Brittany Duncan. Kathy is a former supermodel and the chairperson, CEO, and chief designer of Kathy Ireland Worldwide. She's also the chief strategist of Level Brands and started her company from her kitchen table designing socks at home in Santa Barbara. It's now a $2.6 billion a year business.
Thank you, Dan. It's wonderful to be here with you. Retail technology has transformed our business incredibly. The way that people are shopping, the digital disruption is extraordinary. It is ever changing. It causes us to be nimble and to work to initiate change rather than just respond to it. I mean, my goodness, we look at just a year ago where we were at retail and where we are today. So it causes us to work in a way that is serving our customers the way they want to be served. So we're working online, and we also work with brick and mortar. That is something that we will always do. We'll always have both because we believe our customers will demand both. And we find innovative ways to protect our brick and mortar retail partners while at the same time growing our online presence and serving our customers around the world in a powerful way.
And as the industry is disrupted, how have you overcome some of those challenges?
Well, we overcome the challenges really one by one. I mean, for example, if we're going to talk about the giant of Amazon and what that is, we work with Amazon. We love them. We also recognize what it means to the independent retailer when a customer comes into their store, into their infrastructure, uses their resources, their sales associate, learns about the product with their precious time, and then they go home, or even in front of the sales associate, they'll pull out their phone and they'll buy the product with a click. So what can we do to protect them? Many things. We're very intentional about who we partner with at the retail level. We seek to find people who are a good fit for our customers, a good fit that will really celebrate our brand that we've poured so much into. And we find ways to work in regions, in areas where we don't have that competition that's right there, that is not healthy for anyone. We like healthy competition. We want to celebrate our retail partners in ways that make them stand apart. And then when we're talking about businesses that have been around for generations, we find ways to bring innovation to them. Many companies have been doing things the same way for generations. So bringing this newness is something that we love doing. Our team, most of us have been together for 28 years. Our millennial team members, they weren't even born when we got started. So we have a broad collection of team members who are able to serve our customers in diverse ways.
I'm glad you mentioned Amazon. Smart devices like Alexa are everywhere. Two questions. One, do you have one, and do each of you have one? And how are smart devices changing how people shop?
Yes, Brittany, do you want to start on this one?
Thank you. I do not have an Alexa. I plan to soon because I am a frequent Amazon shopper, and I think that Amazon's been an incredible retail outlet because it expedites the process, the shipping process. And as a millennial, yes, we're a little bit entitled. We want things quickly, and Amazon's been able to really trump that in many different ways. And I love to purchase on my phone. The second I think about it, and as Kathy mentioned previously, when I'm in the store, I do price comparisons. I'm very, I guess you could say, frugal. I look at Kathy as my mentor. She's very much that way as well, and always want the best price wherever we are. And one of those brick and mortar stores that I go to is usually the off-price retail channel. So Amazon would be the second retail outlet that I go to, and it's made it very easy for me.
Selena?
I do have an Alexa. And I find it to be really helpful in the way of task management and ordering. So what's really about Amazon and the way that they've utilized their retail strategy to also help with an individual manage their lifestyle is that they've made it easy, convenient. I just say, Alexa, please order Tide, and it is at my door the next day. Hands-free. If they now have dash buttons where if I'm running low, I hit a button and it's at my door. So I think that they've really automated and digitized the process, and it's really wonderful from the consumer standpoint.
Yes, and our family has Alexa as well, and we love the efficiency that it brings us. It's wonderful.
And our family also has Alexa, and actually we have found it a great use for my mother-in-law, actually, being able to assist her in her daily life. So Alexa is a great solution for families in general. I mean, being able to take care of your mother-in-law or family members, they're not right next door, so it's not easy to drive a package over to them, but being able to call Alexa or call on Alexa and have them deliver product immediately is really a great solution. I have other smart devices, though, that I do use on a regular basis for my own shopping, and I really appreciate the knowledge that we're able to gain from using them as well and bring them back to our businesses. So being able to take that intel and incorporate it into how we approach our customers is also really powerful.
What's great about Amazon is also their education. And with American Family Insurance and the talk that we're doing Kathy in Portland, I love that they have a program in which they're educating young women on how to build applications within Alexa. That's so cool, the component of education and digitization. And even though it's a retail brand, I love that they're educating the young millennial girls, especially, to engineer and build these applications. So I just thought that was really great about that.
And I think that's a great point, and I think that's key to their success, is that they're seeking to serve, and they're really looking at what the needs are and how they can empower people. I love that.
And what about the impact of social media? We know that Amazon introduced the idea of showrooming, seeing something online or seeing something in person and then purchasing it online. But what impact does social media have on the retail space and access to products?
Social media is huge. I mean, it's changed everything. And we love that we're able to connect with people instantly. We love the honesty, the directness, and people let you know what they like, what they don't like, how we can better be of service. And so I would say the people out there are really the most critical part of our design team, and they let us know how they want to be served. So we have success when we take our marching orders from our customers out there on social media.
So Apple recently released the iPhone X. Augmented reality is a huge part of the new device, and it will have a major impact on the retail sector. How do you see this type of innovation being used, not just by consumers, but also by designers and developers like yourself?
Stephen, do you want to take this?
Sure. I mean, the new phone is fascinating. I'm so excited about all of the different features that it offers, from facial recognition on, and being able to, Apple is really amazing and really at the forefront of technology in so many ways and changing retail. And I just think that the applications are unlimited on how they will be changing everything that we do. Being able to access the data of how people shop. When you talk about augmented reality and the facial recognition alone on the screen, I know that the technological advances of being able to read a person's face and their reactions when they look at a product, when they interact with a product or programming, is really something that's going to, I think, advance retail shopping tremendously. And so I think that there's unlimited application for what they're doing.
I concur with what you're saying, Stephen. I think it's wonderful solutions on this, and I do believe it will enhance the shopping experience in powerful ways.
To add, I know you were asking about Apple, but there's also so many other resources out there. Like there's an automated a virtual assistant program called Magic, that uses augmented reality. They use AI and also a combination of real people to solve people's issues. You can call them and order tickets, or text them actually, and order them tickets, and they follow through. You can order flowers. It's a definitely intriguing way of using AI to advance not just retail but people's lives in many ways.
Stephen, I'm glad you mentioned artificial intelligence. Are there ways that AI can help better understand the customer and deliver products faster?
Without a doubt, the automation is really going to change so many industries. We were in Forbes Asia. Kathy was speaking at a leadership conference there, and so many people on the panel, from your friend at Amazon to people running driverless cars. AI is really going to change so many industries right now, and I believe that it will help us in the retail sector as well. I think that adaptability is really king. So if you can't be adaptable, you're going to have challenges. But if you can, I think that you can use these technologies to really advance your business.
Absolutely. I believe it's really times of opportunity. There are some people who talk about the fear that AI is going to take away so many jobs. But if we are adaptable, as you said, Stephen, there are so many more jobs to be had that have not even been invented yet, and that's exciting.
And we're taking all of these pieces and looking at how we can use them both at Kathy Ireland worldwide and also at the Level Brands companies that we're working with, to take the knowledge that's being given and being learned from these different technologies and applying them to how we, for instance, are going to market our music product that we're doing with BMG. How can we take that information and how can we then turn it into a resource for ourselves to make sure that we're succeeding at retail with a CD, or our men's products with I'm One, or even beauty and pinups, beauty products. How do you take the knowledge, how do you take the technology and apply it to these various industries to succeed?
Another part of the iPhone 10 that I find very innovative and essentially is giving capabilities to many different people, whether from any different financial background, is the photography capabilities and almost editing software at your fingertips. You essentially do not need a DSLR for many different, and how it applies to retail is you're able to post to social media and expedite that process, and therefore also bring the best visuals very quickly to social media where you can click to buy immediately. I think that the iPhone 10 has really brought such innovation to many people, especially startups. I mean, people are shooting music videos on their iPhone, and the iPhone 10's really taken that to a whole new level for me.
And don't you find, Selena, that we're using that with Worldwide Business and Creative Living with Kathy?
Absolutely. With media as a whole, having the opportunity to communicate your message and be able to speak to an audience around the world at any time is really critical. And if an individual or company is wanting to share the great work that they do here, how do they engage and create that emotional connection with their customer overseas? I think artificial intelligence, augmented reality, the ability to do commerce is going to be critical. And those are the types of innovations that on the television programs that we really love to feature, because it's innovative. It's futuristic, but it really is now.
Well, it is. You find a lot of retailers right now, especially with augmented reality, you can take your room and you can redecorate your entire room online before you make a single purchase. So it really takes a lot of the fear out of the shopping process. And if you're making it work for you at retail or for branding, then it can be revolutionary in a lot of ways.
Fantastic. So final question. I'm glad you've mentioned all of these innovations. In what ways will technology inspire the next generation of not just creators, but entrepreneurs?
Limitless ways, however people can imagine. The next wave is just going to be so inspiring. We're excited by it. Stephen was talking about the Forbes Global CEO Conference celebrating their centennial, and hearing from some great minds in the world of artificial intelligence, thinking about what will the future be when we no longer have Uber drivers, but we have these driverless cars? Or what will the medical industry look like when we have toilets that actually tell us what's wrong with us and how we need to change our diet and even give us a prescription? And driverless cars that the many benefits of that, and also looking at the medical industry, how it's predicted that there will be less car fatalities, which is wonderful. There will also be less organs available in those instances. So there's wonderful opportunities, wonderful challenges, and I have great faith in this generation that is so innovative. And something else that I love about the future in this generation, Brittany, you were talking about millennials being entitled. I'll give that to you. Yes, you demand to know how, so how things are done. And you want to know that people are treated fairly, and you want to know that things are done well. And so I have great hope for the future.
I think technology is really going to change and drive that change. For instance, with us at Kathy Ireland Worldwide, our home products, technology, we're finding that we have to incorporate it into our home products, from docking stations in our bedroom sets to how the lighting in our Kathy Ireland lighting is to be addressed, and what kind of wattage and safety features, et cetera. And that goes for Level Brands as well. We're very excited to be going public with that company. It'll be on the New York Stock Exchange very soon. And we're kind of in the testing the water space for that, and being able to take the technology that we're working on, and for instance, with it being a public company, we're working with a company called Bank on a Reg A Plus offering. That's a technology drive for us that was not available in the past. If you weren't part of a major fund, or you didn't have the right stockbroker, you couldn't have access to a stock offering like this. But with Level Brands and with Bank.com and with the Reg A Plus, you can. It's the democratization, I think is what you said, Kathy, of Main Street, Wall Street for Main Street.
Right.
So being able to utilize those types of technologies and business advances to really drive your companies, you just have to be alert, and it's really going to drive everything in the future, technology.
Kathy Ireland is a former supermodel and chairperson, CEO, and chief designer of Kathy Ireland Worldwide. She is joined by her colleagues, Stephen Roseberry, Selena Hunter, and Brittany Duncan. I wonder if you could forecast some oncoming innovations that might change the industry like we discussed.
There are so many changes that are coming. It's constant. The way that we shop, the way that we live. I mean, being able to have our products, not only being able to purchase them instantaneously, but having them delivered to us through drones, I think that's going to really revolutionize the way we live. Having that done just on a daily basis is incredible.
Also, new ways to maximize products. I know with our Diamonds by Kathy Ireland, the innovative patented design, millennials are demanding more from the products. Diamonds being ethical in many ways, also being able to see your entire diamond. I mean, I never would have thought a while back that we'd be able to get more from our diamonds, and millennials and technology and the way that we see our jewelry is demanding to maximize what we're seeing, and I see that with our diamonds, and many other products are going to take advantage of that as well.
I think all things automation in every vertical, every industry, I think there will be a time very soon that 24 hours will be an incredibly long time to wait for virtually anything.
I would say AI and augmented reality are two, and I know we've talked about it a little bit, but those are two really driving forces that I see as revolutionizing everything that we do, how we interact with any product, any brand, any program, televised or radio or any, we talk a lot at Worldwide Business and MMP about other ways of approaching the consumer, whether it be online or in non-traditional media. And I think that AI and augmented reality are really going to change how people interact with everything.
To learn more about technology innovation, make sure to visit ZDNet, Tech Republic, and CNET, and make sure while you're there to subscribe to our Next Big Thing newsletter. For CBS in New York, I'm Dan Patterson.